Oh man, it's terrible. It's real terrible. Amir Khan failed a drug test in the UK in his fight with Kell Brook. So basically, realistically, I got my chocolate right hand brownie, and I'm real angry. I said I'm hungry. Find out more in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy, you going back to box. Terrible news for Amir Khan, for his legacy, for his career. It just came out pretty much this morning because the UK, there's a time difference. Amir Khan has been banned from the sport of boxing for 2 years on a drug ban because it just came out, and I'm going to talk about this in this video, that he failed a test after the Kell Brook fight, right? Very bizarre stuff. So what he failed for was a banned substance called ostarine, and other fighters have tested positive for this. It's definitely hardcore. You know, this is not, I mean, I'm not here to decipher all the drugs and stuff like that, but some drugs that are diuretics and stuff, people are like, oh, it's just a diuretic and it's just a Lasix, blah, blah, blah. This is hardcore stuff, ostarine. You know, look it up, Google it, whatever. He failed in the Kell Brook fight. Now, which is very concerning to me is today, you know, it's April 4th, 2023. He fought against Kell Brook and had this drug testing in February of last year, 2022. So clear over a year ago, Amir Khan and Kell Brook fought February 2022, and we're here in April 2023, and this information is just coming out. And if you look at the interviews, like in the reports from the Mirror and some of the UK publications, this was sent April 6th of last year. The UKAD notified Amir Khan of this adverse finding and this adverse test. So he didn't obviously say anything about it, and nobody knew about it. So for me, this is bad business. The UK British boxing scene, I'm putting cases on all you Brits. Huh? You think you could do this to me? Huh? I'm putting cases on all the British fighters. This is happening far too frequently. There's a handful of fighters that are known commodities in the UK that have not failed a drug test. And I'm talking about people who are known in the States. From Dillian White to other fighters like now Amir Khan. There's a lot of fighters that are popping dirty in the UK for something, you know, some of which have been multiple times. Like Dillian White has had multiple, you know, infractions and stuff like that. But the thing that's very alarming to me is from the Tyson Furies, the Dillian Whites, the Amir Khan, a lot of these situations, the way it's being handled seems extremely peculiar. Like, why are we just finding out about this a year later? How come Oscar Rivas's team wasn't notified that Dillian White had an adverse finding? Regardless of what UKAD rules later on, you know, years later and stuff like that, in the here and now, the fighter should be like, the opponent should have the knowledge that, hey, your man's has popped dirty. The guy you're about to fight today or tomorrow or whatever popped dirty. We've also seen an influx of these glove cheat kind of things where people, Usyk, he said that he was fighting and the gloves were switched out, and Dillian White has fights where they said the glove was switched out. It's beyond ridiculous, and it looks bad for the whole UK when so many people have popped dirty or had controversies surrounding their wins or losses. Now for Amir Khan, this looks exceptionally bad, end of career or not, because this was a long-standing beef between you and Kell Brook. You've never, to my knowledge, popped dirty, and tail end of your career in a fight we know was bad blood and had been a rivalry for years, you popped dirty in that. So it puts an asterisk by some of your other performances, because you knew the importance of the Kell Brook fight, and that was a fight that really nobody wanted to lose because of the bad blood and the disdain that both fighters had for each other. So with that being said, the stakes were very high, even though it was past its expiration date in the viewpoint of many fans and spectators. People thought the fight should have happened a lot sooner. But either way, you knew the stakes were high like Ruth's Chris, and now you have this adverse finding. It really makes people question, were you doing stuff before in the Danny Garcia fight, or, you know, Chris Algieri fight? or whatever fight, and you just didn't get caught. So anytime somebody fails for like a real fail, you have to kind of put an asterisk by it, because now everything is in question, I guess you could say. And it looks like, you know, you're gonna fight Kell Brook. You wanted to get any edge that you could. Now, Amir Khan did an interview with Sky Sports talking about the ban. He says, quote, "I've never cheated. I am a retired fighter. You can see by my performance versus Kell Brook, I lost. If I went in there and knocked out Brook, it's different. I've never cheated in my life." So he's, you know, professing his innocence and saying that he never ingested anything, but you have a test that says something else. And to me, that, I'm just being real, that logic sounds pretty stupid. Just because you lost doesn't mean you weren't attempting to cheat. I mean, what are we talking about? That's like if I'm in a foot race and I tie somebody's shoelaces together and I do that with the intentions of like them getting tripped up and me beating them, and somehow, some way, they don't get discouraged by that and they fix their laces and still find a way to beat me in the foot race. That doesn't mean that I didn't cheat. It just means I didn't prevail. You see what I'm saying? So that sounds foolish for Amir Khan to say, oh, I didn't cheat because you've seen that I lost. If anything, that makes you look worse, that you fought and had something in your system and then you lost. Amir Khan says, quote, "I don't want to be remembered for something like this. That would hurt me a lot. If people remember me for just this incident, that would upset me because I know I've never done anything on purpose. Hopefully people believe me." But again, it doesn't work like that. You know, that's like Lance Armstrong failing. You look at the Tour de Forces and the races he won, you're not going to be like, oh, I hope people believe me. You know, people are going to speculate. Now, another bizarre thing that Amir Khan said in this interview was about the drug test. He says the amount that was in my system could have been from shaking people's hands. I am a retired fighter, so I've got a 2-year ban now, which is quite strange and funny that they've banned me. I'm already retired anyway. So I don't know. That's a weird statement. I don't know what's funny about that. And retired or not, that's just saying if you come back, if you decided to get the itch again, you can't come back for 2 years. So it's still a punishment, retired or not. And it's not funny. And he's saying that he could have got this amount in his system from shaking people's hands. Like, what are we talking about? That's like you shake someone's hands and get chlamydia. Like, oh, I got the clap. I shouldn't have touched them. I shook their hand. Like, that's not how it's transmitted. So I don't even know what he's talking about. How you have Ostarine in your, just listen to what he's saying. Like, I have Ostarine, you know what I mean? And like anabolics and all this stuff in my system. And I got it from shaking people's hands. Like, I mean, these excuses sound pathetic and pitiful. So for you to say like, oh, I'm not remembered for this, good luck with that. And again, we got guys like Michelle Rivera, who also failed the drug test, and he lost to Frank Martin. So again, it doesn't mean that you're quote unquote innocent because you lost. It just means you have an adverse finding and you lost anyway. You know what I mean? Which definitely could happen. I'm sure there's high profile historic fights where somebody lost and then they had something in their system and it just was undetected. You know what I mean? So definitely got to clean up the sport. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Best in the business. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a Super Thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super Thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super Thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming,
travel, gym or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.
Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.